Japan has just doubled down its bets on India at the 16th India-Japan Annual Summit in New Delhi this week. The Indian Prime Minister and his Japanese counterpart Sane Takaichi confirmed the target that was first floated in 2025 of 10 trillion yen, that's about $68 billion, flowing into India over a span of a decade. The Prime Minister Modi, in fact, went further and called for the Japanese companies in India to double within the next 10 years. He's also said that around 120 fresh business agreements worth over $10 billion were signed on the sidelines. But scale the number against Japan's actual footprint in Asia and the picture flips. There are over 15,000 Japanese businesses operating in the ASEAN region alone. While Japan is expanding its investments in India, other Asian nations currently host significantly higher volumes of the Japanese enterprise. India hosts about 1,434 registered Japanese companies. Singapore has roughly 5,300. Thailand leads with about 6,000. Vietnam and Malaysia both outpace India as well. Even South Korea, a mature, slower growth economy, hosts more Japanese companies than India does.
Now, a $61 billion investment over 10 years is so small it makes no difference to India or to Japan. Japan invested more than $1 trillion in manufacturing in China over time. And Japan has ignored India, not invested enough. The fact that they put $10 billion in India, buying stakes in Yes Bank, Shriram Finance, and also in other places, it is okay, par for the course. But I won't give it any great importance, because in Asia, this is the only place where you can put big money to work. And I think it's important for Japan to understand that. And Japan does not have time on its side. Its population of 122 million will shrink to 96 million by 2050, 67 million by 2100. So both have to move with urgency, both have to work together. And putting 10 billion into a $4 trillion economy in banking sector doesn't make any difference.
So why the bet on a market where Tokyo is comparatively underrepresented? The answer is concentration and not the spread. Japanese capital in India isn't chasing headquarters or back office volume the way it does in Singapore. It's anchored in manufacturing. Nearly half of all Japanese firms in India are manufacturers and are dominant in autos. Suzuki and Honda alone control more than 60% of the passenger vehicle market.
India-Japan relationship is very, very important for Asia and to compete against China. China has taken away Japan's market in many parts of the world. India has got a trade deficit of more than $100 billion a year with China. India is a great market for Japan. We need Japanese capital. And Japan has to think big. I would say they have to invest $60 to $100 billion a year for the next 5 years into India to take care, to become a major partner for us so that they can grow the economy and we can grow. But we want to work with Japan. Japan-India is extremely important for both these countries. But the meeting today shows, in my view, a lack of vision.
The new money signals a shift in the model. JETRO data shows that over 80% of the Japanese firms in India now plan to expand. That is the highest expansion appetite amongst major markets, with the current focus on semiconductors, AI and clean energy rather than just cars. Tokyo is also planning to set up a dedicated India investment facilitation office to cut through regulatory friction. Land acquisition and permissions remain the biggest complaints from Japanese executives on the ground. For now, Japan is not yet matching India's economic scale with a proportional company presence. Instead, what it's doing is placing a concentrated strategic wager on India becoming its next manufacturing and tech base, betting on where India is headed and not where it stands today. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.